That thing is just so cool, so epic.
Ha ha.
You have 15 seconds to comply. It actually has... It actually has the sound effects. That's so cool.
Yeah, it even has a lion's roar in there. Hang on.
Oh,
this thing is epic. Look how big this sucker is, too.
And that's the perfect way to introduce From My Mother's Basement.
That's right, because it's all about toys, baby.
It's all about being a geek.
Look at the articulation. Okay, we got this. We got this. Introduce yourself. Hi. This is Ed. He's our new co-host. How you doing there, Ed? Where's the button? I missed it. How you doing, Ed? Not good, apparently. Anyway, I'm sorry. Go ahead, do the intro.
That is badass. I like that. Wait, it's not pre-show yet. It is. There we go. Show.
It is show.
You know, it's funny that you bring that out because Stars has been showcased playing the first RoboCop movie a lot. So
I don't get Stars, unfortunately.
So I watched it this morning, and it was just a blast from the past. I'm just like,
the sound quality is kind of iffy on that. The only thing I really don't like about it, the toes don't bend. Because you remember how there's that one scene in RoboCop where it tries to go down the stairs?
In the stairway, yeah.
And it tumbles? Mm-hmm. Yeah, the toes don't bend on this one.
That sucks. I see a mod in your
otherwise,
future.
It's a phenomenal place. A phenomenal piece. And did you see the pictures I posted?
Yes, I did.
Did you see the second one?
Regarding...
And the dialogue that goes with it?
No, I don't think so. It doesn't cross my memory.
Oh, he stood off against the Punisher version of the Labbit, and the Labbit won.
Awesome.
Anyway, hi, welcome to the show. I'm Michael. That's Jason. We talk about geek stuff. Welcome.
Yes. And I got plenty of stuff to talk about what we're watching because Brian Bushford has an actual show on TV now.
Really? Yeah. He's on TV?
Yeah, he's on National Geographic.
Holy shiznit.
Sweet. And then, of course, this sweet thing came in, the Mirai Blu-ray. So I've been watching that on repeat. And between those two and Frozen, we'll get to all that later on. So I know there's this thing hosted by some guy named Oscar going on that's really, really big in the movie world.
Yeah, attention whore.
Yeah, I
know. How far into it are they?
My DVR said it started at 5, so I have no idea. I should probably pull up something throughout the show. We could say, who won this? Who won that? Because I guess people care about that kind of stuff.
I care, but not enough to scare. So
there's only really two things I'm really interested in anyway. So that is best animated
Frozen
feature.
Because of the song and Frozen because of the movie or the animated.
Well, okay,
feature.
There's 3 parts then because Idina Menzel is going to sing "Let It Go" during the Oscars.
I wouldn't mind seeing that.
That's why I have it on my DVR.
On TiVo?
Yeah, because I'm kind of split right now with animated feature film because it's up to 5. There's Ernest and Celestine, never heard of it. Despicable Me 2, really.
The Today song, the happy song, yeah, makes sense.
Which also got nominated for best song. The Croods, which came out of nowhere.
There's some good quality animation in it,
but the 2 I'm kind of split on is 1, Frozen, and 2 is Hayao Miyazaki's The Wind Rises,
which I'm mixed on it, and the reason I'm mixed, the Oscars is supposed to be best features of 2013.
Yeah,
it didn't hit the States
until
less than a month ago.
Mm-hmm.
So I really have a problem with that. Now, when was it released in Japan?
A year and a half ago, I think.
Year and a half ago. So it doesn't even meet 2013 for Japan.
Nope, just Disney.
Yeah, no, bullshit. I call bullshit on that. Don't get me wrong. I love Miyazaki. I respect Miyazaki. I spoke with someone today, a couple people. I spoke to Ryder and Strider today, who had just come from seeing it, and they said it was phenomenal. I haven't seen it yet. I want to. But it's not 2013. It should not be in this year's Oscars.
But see, Disney likes to play this game because they'll bring in stuff from other countries, specifically, Ghibli movies from Japan.
Complete bullshit. What? Sorry.
And they'll pull it in years after it was released in Japan and bring it over here, and it was technically be up for an Oscar. But what happened to Spirited Away? Now, granted, Spirited Away won that and then some, and it deserved
it. It definitely deserved it. And I'm not saying that Wind Rises won't deserve it.
But it won't.
I'm just saying that it shouldn't be a 2013.
Yeah, okay, I agree with you there.
And don't I present your hall pass?
Now, I look at both of those, and I'm like, okay, I would kind of be happy if one of those two won, but come on, the inner fanboy's kind of taken over.
Yeah. I'm just kind of upset mildly that Pixar doesn't have a feature out. Although Pixar, at the same time, Pixar pushes out a movie, every other year?
Every other year,
For a while there, they were doing it seemingly every year. But,
right.
Was it Good Dinosaur is scheduled to come out holiday this year, I think?
Then next year is another one, the new IP about all about a girl's emotions that are played by different characters inside her head. The entire thing takes place inside her brain.
But is that Pixar, or is that
Pixar?
Oh, okay. I didn't know that one was going to be Pixar.
Yeah, that one is Pixar. That's not Disney Animation.
Okay.
But that'll come out probably 2015, maybe 2016.
2015 or 2016, because they've set themselves up where they could go, really, if they wanted to, they could go Pixar, Disney, DA, Pixar DA, Pixar
right.
DA, Pixar DA.
But then you also
they could stagger it like that, which would be better for production because then they don't have to be rushed.
True, but they also need to throw into the mix the live action stuff like Maleficent, so to come out later on this year.
Okay, but again, I'm talking strictly animated.
Oh, okay.
On the animated front, aka the CG front, they've got themselves set up to where they could do in every other year.
Yeah, but then they're doing things like that Big 6 one.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not even doing that in house though. They're doing. I mean, isn't it a company? Isn't it a company in Japan that's doing that one?
Most of the stuff is done in house, but they're.
I thought they contracted with a Japanese CGI company to do that. I may be wrong.
I have not heard that, but then again, I'm not the wealth of knowledge I used to be. So
apparently, neither am I. Let's go take a look.
Well.
You talk while
you're talking about that. I look at all the best pictures. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9.
Gravity, don't care.
Yeah, American Hustle, Captain Phillips, Dallas Buyers, Gravity, Her, Nebraska, Philomena, 12 Years a Slave, Wolf of Wall Street. I can safely say this: I haven't seen a single one of them, nor will I.
I haven't seen a single one of them. There are some that I want to see. I actually want to see Dallas Buyers Club.
Okay, fair enough.
Because I like who's in it, and I hear that it's the story is fascinating to me. Wolf of Wall Street, I kind of want to see, but not in a theater. Gravity, don't fucking care.
I'll get.
I am completely not at all, and I love Sandra Bullock. I love George Clooney. Don't give a crap about the movie.
Yeah, there's
Captain
only reason.
Phillips. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'll say there's only one thing about Gravity that'll maybe make me buy the Blu-ray, just for the space porn.
But it's not accurate space porn.
It's not.
Every astronaut who's seen it has shredded it.
I know, but it's still freaking
it's not even
gorgeous in the trailers.
Accurate.
I know
sure
it's
gorgeous, but it's not even remotely accurate space porn.
Nor do they.
If you're going to do space porn that's not accurate, do a sci-fi flick.
Okay, good point.
If you're going to do space porn, do what Apollo 13 did, or do what
Apollo 13.
There are some others that are space. We could classify as space porn without actually being porn, though that exists too. There's a really funny one called. Anyway. It was actually marketed as a serious movie, and there's this one. It was a space horror movie. I forget. It's like Galaxy of Terror or something. I think was what it was called. And there's one scene that's very space porny because this woman gets vorophilia. Anyway, it really disturbed me when I was a kid, and I happened to accidentally watch that. But anyway, I digress. So you can do space porn and have it look good. Gravity doesn't even look good as space porn. I'm sorry.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
Let's see. What are the other ones that you were mentioning? Captain Phillips. I want to see it, kinda, but I'm not going to go out of my way. If there's nothing else on and it happens to be starting, I'll watch it.
What else? There's Nebraska, which came out of left field. One of those.
What the hell is it?
Small little indie film thing. Philomena, maybe just
I don't know anything about it.
Just because it's the main character is played by Dame Judi Dench, and she's a phenomenal actress.
She is a phenomenal actress, I have to admit.
But again, it'd be one of those. If it shows up on Stars or whatnot,
right? Exactly. If it happens to be on, you'll watch it, but you're not going to go, "Oh my God, I cancel my dinner date. I've got to go see this movie."
People keep on telling me 12 Years a Slave will change your life. I'm like, I don't need to see another movie about slavery.
I'm wondering if we're over, because I feel the same way, but I'm wondering if it's an oversimplification. I'm wondering if there's more to the movie than what we just assumed.
It could easily be that.
We're making uninformed opinions here, you know.
We're geeks,
I haven't seen the movie. I don't even know what it's about. I just know it's called 12 Years a Slave. It stars this phenomenal woman of color who apparently is awesome. Alien movies are considered space porn. Yes, alien movies could count as space porn, I suppose.
AMA does have a point.
Yeah, no, he's got a good point. Let's see, what was the other one that was out? 12 Years a Slave.
Wolf of Wall Street.
Her. Wolves of Wall Street, I kind of want to see, like I said, but I'll wait till that comes to video. Her, I'm curious about. I think, but just for the psychological aspect of it.
Yes, I mean, now granted, this isn't really a new thing, new type of story. I mean, this just when it first
it's not Simone though. It's not the same as Simone.
True, but it kind of
people compared Simone, and I'm like, Simone's a completely different story.
Well, there's aspects of Simone that resonate with her, at least in the trailers.
Guy falls in love with Siri. I mean, effectively, he falls in love with Siri.
Yeah, exactly.
And
like
I said, another part of me knows I'll be cringing because I know people who are like that, and so do you, Jason.
Yeah, I mean, I look at this and go, man falls in love with.
I won't name names, but we do know people who are like that.
Yes, I know exactly who you're talking about. But I look at this and I go, I look at someone. Oh yeah, okay, they're falling in love with an inanimate object. I'm just thinking this is like a what if scenario for all the hikikomoris in Japan.
Hikikomori?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, and you could, and there are people who are arguing the Pygmalion aspect of it. There's a difference. If it was something that had a genuine personality, okay, I could see that as being an interesting storyline. If it were something like the storyline in Alex and Ada, okay,
yeah,
I'll buy that. That sounds interesting to me. This one, like I said, I kind of want to see it, but at the same time, I'm going to be cringing the entire time I watch it. Yeah, because I know people like that.
Yes,
it's what you get for working in fandom as many years as we have.
Yeah, you work in all these conventions, and the phrase love the art, hate the fans. Love the art, hate the fans comes to mind.
There are a couple where that's more applicable than others, but yeah, and it's not to say I hate fans. I don't hate fans.
No.
There are certain subsets that just drive me insane.
Exactly.
The perverts. But you know.
Yes. All right. So yeah, I guess we'll make notifications when things pop up over the next 40 minutes or so, if anything good pops up.
It's 22 minutes, 32 minutes, yeah.
Something like that. We'll see. But we do have a number of other stuff to talk about.
Yes, enough of our babbling.
Let's see Godzilla. Let's see Godzilla blow stuff up, shall we?
Oh, dude, I'm so looking forward to this.
Yes, and this new trailer, I'm glad they didn't hide away from the fact of, we're trying to keep they're not going the Cloverfield route of, we're going to hide the design of the character to the last moment. No.
In fact, the fact that they're well, also at the same time, I think they have to, because after what happened with Gyno,
yeah,
they kind of have to show that we're going to the original.
Very true. Well, to a point. Here, let's play the video and we'll talk more afterwards.
One thing that kind of scares me. Very close back to the original Godzilla concept, which is really cool. That claw thing that came down just before the one scene with Johansson in the elevator. Is that supposed to be Godzilla? Because if that's so, that's a severe design change.
Well, I mean, you look at back this, the 1950s.
That looks more like Insectoid.
Yeah, because there we go. Here's the classic Toho Godzilla. Complete rubber suit and everything.
The original, right.
Empire Magazine dedicated their full front cover to the new Godzilla. Take a look at the face.
It's a cross between Gyno and the original.
Yeah, you're thinking of this one. Yeah.
Yeah, no, not even. Well,
That abomination.
Yeah, that's Gyno. That's Godzilla in name only.
Yeah.
And that one looks a lot more traditional.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of cool. But if you go back to the end of the trailer, the last 10 seconds where you see that claw come down on the street, that looks like something, an insect, like it looks like a bug from Starship Troopers.
Which makes me wonder, because there was other scenes where planes were just dropping out of the sky, right?
Right.
Godzilla doesn't fly. Well,
no,
not that
Godzilla's big.
Mecha Godzilla flies, but we're not going to get into that one.
True. But
I'm wondering.
It could also be, is Mothra going to show up?
I wonder if it's Mothra.
Or Rodan, or, let's see, there was
Gamera,
Mothra, Gamera, Ghidorah. I mean, how many of the monsters are going to make an appearance? I like they got Ken Watanabe in there, though. That's really cool.
That works well. I thought it worked well. I liked how they kind of tied in, like, all the nuclear tests were trying to kill it. Wait, weren't they, like, the original Godzilla movies saying that all those nuclear tests caused the birth of Godzilla?
Well, they implied it. They never actually said it. They never actually said that it created Godzilla, but it may. So the implication is that it could have been either way.
Right. So,
but I'm greatly looking forward to this, though.
I am too. And like, we look at this, and then we already had Pacific Rim. So, again, where's our Ava movie?
Yeah, no kidding. Give us Ava.
You have no excuse now. So, yeah, we'll see what happens with this one. I'm looking forward to see how this one's going to turn out. All right. We do have some sad news to report. You probably read it all online on TV and whatnot. That the great Harold Ramis passed away at the age of 69. He has been in so many movies, either in front of the camera or behind. I mean,
he's been involved with so many projects,
right?
And so many great projects.
Let's see. What else we also have? Let's start with the classic Egon from Ghostbusters.
That's what everybody mostly knows him for.
Mm-hmm. But he's also, let's talk about stuff he's co-written and things from Caddyshack, Groundhog Day,
Stripes.
Animal House, Stripes, the original Chevy Chase Vacation movies. Mm-hmm. All of these he was behind. Now, he did direct a few others, like he directed Multiplicity, that Michael Keaton flick that kind of...
that was actually kind of cool movie. For its time, it was phenomenal.
For its time, yeah. What else? Oh, that's right. He did direct the Robert De Niro comedy Analyze This.
Yes.
Yeah. So, and he also directed a handful of episodes from the U.S. version of The Office. So, he's been insanely busy.
He's the guy's a legend in comedy.
He really is.
Cinematic comedy.
And we know he was in part-time, I guess, working on a possible Ghostbusters 3.
What's going to happen to that project now?
Here's the sad bit of news. Sony's already come out and stated they're going to move forward with Ghostbusters 3 and just do a rewrite.
A rewrite?
Rewrite
How much of the stuff was already been written?
A lot of the stuff that Ramis actually wrote is going to be rewritten to basically write out Egon out of the picture.
Well, they're going to have to, yeah. Unless they,
because they haven't started filming anything, so...
Well, yeah, if they haven't filmed anything, it's easier to fix. It could be like the son of Egon or something. But...
Right. Of course, I do have to say...
Because, I mean, didn't Egon get it on with the Annie Potts character?
Yes. No, really? Yes.
Yeah, Annie Potts, the Annie Potts character had the hots for Egon.
That's right. Yeah.
So it could be the son of Egon.
That'd be weird.
That would be epic, actually, because it kind of sets itself up. Are you watching, Sony? Are you paying attention?
It kind of does, actually. I gotta say. I do have to say there's a semi-touching meme out there that I think Harold himself would laugh at. Dies at the age of 69 in order to have another one last laugh at the world. I'm like, that's classic Ramis style. He would laugh at that. Yeah. So it was sad to see this, and there's only one thing out of this that I could possibly enjoy out of all of this. What most movie channels want to love to do is that when a major actor or actress passes away, they love to show all of their movies in like a small time frame. So yes, I'll be able to watch all these great movies again in one after the other. But I just wish I didn't have to wait until his death for this actually to happen.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
Oh well, I'm sure there'll be some. There better be some sort of notice or something at tonight's Oscars about this.
I'd be shocked if they didn't mention it because they do an in memoriam every year.
They do. All right, we need to talk about something
less depressing.
How about a trailer for Star Wars?
Okay.
So we get a little more
interesting.
Get a little more in-depth view of what to expect in season 6, which has been dubbed the Lost Missions.
Just in time for them to retcon it with their new "Oh my God, what's real and what isn't" panel.
Yeah, I mean, I'm digging the fact that at least we're gonna get some more information about why Yoda has a tie-in to Dagobah. So.
Well, yeah, that's true. Because the fact it has to go there to learn how Qui-Gon became a ghost. But I'm curious about that myself. There are a couple of points in there that really bug me. That don't. God, I sound like such a negative person. Ha! When's that new? Not so much bug me, but I'm just tweak me as like kind of a which is Amidala being arrested for treason.
Which is something that was never mentioned at all in the movies, so you would think.
Yeah, they never even referenced it, and Clone Wars sticks to the canon of the prequels, unfortunately. So, which means Jar Jar's still there, but
well, who knows? We'll have 13 episodes. Maybe he'll die.
Oh look, Annie, me all glowy.
Or maybe they'll destroy him or kill him in the first episode
of all the time.
Or maybe they'll kill him in Rebels. Who knows?
That would be nice. Kill him in Rebels. Have him. I gave him an honorable death. I don't care. Just don't make him save the universe, even though he kind of started. So he should.
He's already done it once.
Yeah.
Somehow it was weird.
Yeah, it was. It was weird. It's something we don't talk about.
Yeah, very
it's right
true.
Up there where we, show me on the droid where the bad Gungan touched you. It's just. Anyway, moving on.
Yes. So we'll know all about this and more in 5 days.
Looking forward to it.
So I know what I'm doing next. Well, we'll talk about what I'm doing next weekend.
Yeah, I think I know what I'm going to. I thought you coming up here?
Hopefully.
Sweet.
Let's get to some comic news. We haven't really talked about that much lately.
Yeah, and I'm curious about this one because we've been doing a lot of research on Rocket lately, so I want to see what this is all about.
So Rocket Raccoon is getting thrust into the spotlight right now, especially with that epic trailer for Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh yeah,
and I'm guessing people have been going to their local comic shops trying to find out more about this series, those who weren't really knowledgeable about Guardians of the Galaxy in the first place. Rocket Raccoon, he's had like a mini-series dedicated to himself before he started teaming up with other people. But it looks like he's going to get another solo run. And this is going to be apparently a fairly permanent solo comic run. So I'm kind of.
What's interesting is who they've got doing the art, which is amusing.
Yes. I'm looking at this and I'm going, this is like almost like Looney Tunes style.
Well, the artist is Scotty Young,
right?
Who anyone who has been reading a lot of Marvel since the reboot. Scotty Young is the one who does all the baby covers,
right? So
the A versus X babies, that was all Scotty Young.
The Little Marvels and whatnot, yeah.
The Little Marvels. No, not Little Marvels. I don't know if he did Little Marvels or not. But there's what was it? The Avengers babies versus X-Men babies,
which was hilarious.
That was all Scotty Young's artwork. Scotty Young does really good work. What I'm worried about though is Raccoon has, and it's not that I'm worried about it, I just want to see how they're going to adapt it. Raccoon has a story. He has a history.
He does.
That goes back to the 70s. And I want to see how they're, if they're going to retcon all of that, or if they're going to alternate universe it, what they're going to do. Because his original story is actually kind of touching in its own weird, twisted way.
Yeah.
Back when he had a girlfriend who was an otter.
Yeah, that was all the issues with that one. The other thing is that he kind of has a bit of a mouth on it at times.
He does. He's awesome that way.
It's great to read that, and I'm looking forward to see how they're going to portray that in the movie. In this one, not so much. They say it's going to aim closer to what Rocket Raccoon's going to be in the cinematic universe style. But, and I quote, "I'm not going to go crazy where we're going to go extremely vulgar or anything, but I did want to play with that bit of an edge." If you have a character that carries that big of a gun, you got to be willing to shoot it. So,
well, yeah, being willing to shoot it and yelling "bang, murdered you" is one thing. It's the other bits that are kind of amusing.
Yeah, I wonder if there
anyone who's been reading Guardians of the Galaxy about the point that Tony Stark tried to bed Gamora. That was hilarious. That was freaking hilarious. And when Rocket's giving Tony Stark nothing but a hard time over it, I'll go back and reread it just for that sequence because that dialogue's hilarious.
Exactly. So we'll see. This one will start in July, so we have some time.
Just before the movie comes out.
The movie comes out in August, right?
August, right? Yeah, I think August 5th. No, or first part of August.
Yeah, we'll see how that one works out. I did want to touch base real quick on another comic that's getting a reboot, a pretty significant reboot, and this one actually launches this month in March. This is the all-new Ghost Rider, who I have to say I'm kind of curious to see where this one's going to go for the sole fact of who's writing this one.
Yeah. I didn't realize he was the writer. Holy crap.
Yeah. Felipe Smith.
Oh my God.
He created People Chew, the manga that he wrote and designed while he was living in Japan.
People Chew, yes.
Amazing.
That one's, oh man, that is a bizarre story. It doesn't really get good until about halfway through the second issue because it's a 3-volume set.
Right.
And halfway through 2, stuff starts to make sense a little bit.
Oh, just a little bit, I gotta say. But it's curious to see where he's going to go with this. He's teaming up with Treadmore to do the art.
So Felipe is just writing. He's not drawing this one.
He's doing like variant covers, and he's probably helping out a little bit here and there. But Trad's doing the majority of it. Now, I keep on saying this is a pretty significant change. Let me show you the cover for issue 1. You may notice there's not a giant motorcycle behind him. You may not know that's probably not any of the previous Ghost Riders either. This is a brand new person taking on the role. His name is Robbie Reyes. He's a high school senior that's young and inexperienced, but whose surrounding makes him a perfect fit as the next vessel for the spirit of vengeance. He loves anything with a motor. So, yes, there'll be times where he'll be driving around.
Kind of hot.
There are times where...
and I don't mean that as... No puns intended. That's kind of badass, though.
Well, you got to look at the design.
A flaming charger. Yeah. That's epic. The little closet muscle car fan in me, because I grew up around the period those were popular. Mm-hmm. So I'm looking back at my child going, that's actually kind of badass.
Mm-hmm. I mean, so you got the main character. He's, young and experienced, had a harsh inner city upbringing, so he has an overall distrust for most people, which works well for a Ghost Rider character. Mm-hmm. I'm kind of wondering, what's he going to do with this charger?
Yeah, and then there's some limitations, though. I mean, one of the things about Ghost Rider was the thing he could do with the chain while he's riding the bike. You can't do that behind the wheel of a car unless it's convertible, and looking at that picture, that's a hard top. Mm-hmm. So, I don't know. I mean, the concept's badass, and I'd love to see Felipe's take on it.
Right.
It's... not so sure about a 19-year-old high school senior from the inner city, which means Vato. Are we dealing with former gangbanger? What are we dealing with here? It'll be interesting to see it.
He's got a jail numerous times, so he does deal with gangbangers and whatnot.
Okay. That being said, I've met Felipe. I've talked to Felipe.
Yeah, same here. An
Extensively.
amazing guy.
And
Absolutely
he's an
amazing.
amazing guy. He's a hell of a writer. People Show took a while to get to really make sense, but when you look at it and you go look back on it, there's a lot of depth in his writing. So he's got the ability to write. He's a good writer. I want to see where I'm mixed. I've never been a huge ghostwriter fan.
I'm kind of really tempted just to call up and say, hey, do you want to come up so you can answer these questions for us?
That's right. You grabbed his contact info, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Yes, I say we should.
Yeah, okay.
I say we should reach out to him and add that to the list of people we need to add on the show.
Yeah, exactly. Going back briefly about, when you have Felipe not doing the art, when he was writing these comics, he couldn't help but sketch, and he uses as references, and he hands them over to Trad, who used them as the basis for the characters.
Nice.
So you get some of that Felipe.
So he's like character
style.
designing.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
So it's a nice back and forth between the two of them.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you want to, hang on, give me a second to pull it up here.
Well, he's pulling
unless yours are in reach.
No, mine are not in reach right now. I have to spin around real quick. So yeah, but this one is coming out, like I said, later on this month. And honestly, if you haven't even read People Chew, or Cho, however you say it, yeah. Let me get a full
That's
shot of you
volume
there.
1.
Mm-hmm.
But wait, there's more.
Yeah.
Or one of my favorite. I mean, that's the main character right there.
Mm-hmm.
But that character is epic.
Oh yes.
He is awesome.
I highly recommend to all of you, even if you're not really a Ghost Rider fan, pick up the 3 volumes of
People Show. Yeah, the thing is, like I said, you have to sit through. It's kind of like Move Love, Total Eclipse.
Mm-hmm.
You have to sit through the first 10 episodes. You have to hit the halfway point. Then stuff starts falling into place, and it gets real good.
Gotcha.
It's a bit of an adventure to get there, but it's totally worth it.
Mm. Well, while you're putting those away, let's move on to some other news, because I know Michael has a bit of a time deadline.
Yeah,
so
I do. Sorry.
That's fine. No worries. That's what we always do. Let's talk Google. We talked a little bit of Google with some of their new technology from their Skunk Works department, I guess we can call it that, about
coming out, though.
doing the using your phone to 3D map your surrounding area and how it could be interactive with everything.
Yes.
Well, that's not the only mobile thing that Google's been working on.
Oh, by the way, there's an AR mode on my phone. Go on.
Sweet. There is, so they were working on the, hey, let's put motion tracking and everything into a cell phone. Mm-hmm. And then Google announced this other project back in October, but it's finally getting some traction right now. It's called Project Ota. It's also for a phone.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a modular design.
Oh, this thing.
Yes. This thing is going to be...
build your own.
Mm-hmm. Google's throwing so much weight behind this that they're actually going to host 3 developers conferences this year alone. First one happens next April. In Mountain View.
So just for the phone Legos, or for the Lego phone?
Yeah.
And by that I mean, I'm not saying that to make fun of it or anything. I mean,
no.
But effectively, that's what it's like, the robotics of the phone world. Or didn't they call it robotic? What did Lego call their robot things?
I forget what they were calling it, but yeah.
But it's like the Lego robot system. The modules each do different things. So if you want a phone that just does phoning, you don't have to get all this crap.
Right. If you want more space to save your songs, you can do that. If you want a higher res display, you can do that. You want a faster processor later on, you can do that. Instead of swapping out the entire phone, you only swap out the parts. And there's the best part about this. This is still way early in, not even development. These 3 developers conferences will be extremely helpful getting more information out there. Oh, and when the final product comes out, Google wants it set at $50.
Loss leader?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. So I'm looking at that going, I could always use a spare phone to mess around with and mod and...
Oh, yeah. That's you, me, Carl, Terry. You need to get a few people together, do some stuff, take it to DEF CON, have a good old time.
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, yeah. You can mod the crap out of all this stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Or you can just use that modding technology, modding know-how, and mod older stuff. Like your Nintendo 64.
Oh, God.
Some guy thought, you know what? I've been modding retro games for a while. He owns a group called Retroactive. It's a one-man team. And he decided to create a little chip here. This chip will allow you to mod your Nintendo 64 with either VGA, DVI, or HDMI output.
Will it actually? But that thing doesn't have the power to render at that resolution.
Apparently,
your TV better upscale.
The reason why they say you can do this because it attaches directly to one of the N64's main processors. So you need fine pitch soldering skills to install this, but it is feasible.
Or they'll just send it. Well, is the okay? Wait a minute. So, looking at that layout, they'll probably just. Oh, God! The geek part of me wants to do this. I want to play Conkers in 1080p.
Hell yeah!
I would be all over that. That would be awesome. Because the main reason I bought an N64, I hated 80% of the games that thing had. Mm-hmm. Then I saw Conker's Bad Fur Day.
Conker's Bad Fur Day is amazing.
And that game alone made me go buy an N64.
I have a spare N64 here. We can get one of these and mess around with it.
Well, check because the looks of it, that means that looking at that thing, that implies the primary processor's on a daughter board.
Mm-hmm.
If that's the case, they'll probably just sell the processor board with the appropriate things separate. Right. And you just unscrew, module that puppy.
Exactly.
And then we'll be playing Conkers on HDMI. Oh, yeah.
So awesome.
I am all over that.
And it comes out this quarter, so I'll keep up on it. And let you know.
Definitely see how much it is. How much are they looking at for it?
They haven't stated, but honestly, can't be all that much. So we'll see. I do want to make a mention of this bit because it was in the world of gaming, and especially streaming nowadays. This was a pretty historic event. About a little over 2 weeks ago, an anonymous programmer from Australia created a channel that says Twitch Plays Pokemon. Where it was an emulator, and he wrote a little IRC bot that took all the commands from the IRC chat and used them as actual commands for the game. And it was just complete chaos.
Oh, yeah.
I started watching it from day 3 on. I actually got involved a few times just for the hell of it because it's entertaining, especially when you get to the fights.
Well, yeah, because you got... I watched that for about 20 minutes, and I'm like, I'm amazed this thing doesn't just sit there and spin in circles.
Mm-hmm. And there were,
does it eliminate redundant codes? Does it say, okay, what the most arrived the next time?
There are hours at a time where he'll just be pressing the same thing over and over and over again. Not to mention there's also an anarchy and democracy system. If enough people choose anarchy, every single command is played. There's also a democracy system. I can't speak tonight. That enough people chose that, it would choose the highest command that most people actually requested and actually do that. So, like, you
got 15 A's versus 25 B's. The B's would win.
Yeah, it would be press B. A little slower, but you can actually make some progress that way. 2 nights ago, I was watching late at night, and I'm like, okay, I haven't watched it in like 3 days. Holy crap, they're at the final 4. How did they get this far? And then we get to the final...
How many people stayed up days on end to get there? Because there are people who did that.
Not to mention people made bots left, right, and center to help out with this. But I remember it was about 1:30 in the morning. I should have been in bed already. And I was like, I'm going to stay here to watch this because they got to Blue, the final boss of the game. I went, oh my God. And then watched this, and then we got this screenshot. They actually goddamn defeated the game.
Nice.
So the place went absolutely insane. We finally had some stats about how long it took. 16 days, 7 hours, 45 minutes, 30 seconds. At its peak, it had 121,000 unique simultaneous players.
Nice.
More than 122 million commands issued. Total views, more than 36 million people. Total minutes watched, more than 1 billion.
That's epic.
Oh, yeah, it was insane. And shortly thereafter, the stream went down. And was like, okay, is that it? Okay, cool, whatever. And then they posted it up again and said, the end. A new adventure will begin in like 26 hours. And it started all over again. Now they're playing
the same game?
No, they're playing Pokemon Crystal now.
Oh no.
They're gonna go through like the generation by generation.
Did they keep this? Did they get to? Because didn't you get? Which was the one where you got to roll your characters over?
I think it was the next generation over.
Oh
yeah,
that would be epic if they would let you roll your characters over.
Yeah, but I couldn't believe it. You know those phrases? You put 50,000 monkeys in a room and they'll write the works of Shakespeare. Yeah. You put 34 million people into one streaming room. We can all beat Pokemon.
I couldn't beat it. I got too frustrated. I gave up.
Yeah,
I just didn't hold my attention.
I could not believe this. So yeah, I'm watching the Which plays Pokemon Crystal now. So
nice.
I love that there was other people out there who were showcasing. Oh, you know what? It's just an IRC bot to grab all the commands and whatnot. So there's actually spin-off games being played right now by other people. Some people put like the original Legend of Zelda up. Other people put Tetris up. People were playing
Tetris.
Using the commands.
Oh my god.
Using the commands, people not playing the same game. It's entertaining.
Wow. That's cool that they beat it in 16 hours.
Yeah.
Or 16 days.
16 days.
That's impressive, actually, because I know people who didn't do that.
Yeah, I did it.
Now, it's all nonstop play, though, so...
This is very true.
That's very impressive.
All right. Well, let's before we get to what we're watching, let me give you a quick update on the Oscars. It looks like we do have some winners already. Best actor in a supporting role goes to Jared Leto for Dallas Buyers Club.
That was expected.
Yep. And who else? Great Gatsby got an award for costume design.
Okay, expected that, actually. Although there were a couple others that were pretty close.
And the website hasn't updated everything else yet.
Okay. Woohoo! So no big spoilers for you.
All right.
Best animated go out yet?
No, not yet. Not that I can see.
So you used to get to scream?
Oh, I will fanboy the hell out when that happens.
Yeah, I thought you might.
Yeah. All right. Well, Michael, what have you been watching?
Nothing.
Nothing?
Actually, what have I been watching this week? I really haven't. I've been working a lot. I've been doing a lot of stuff, doing a lot of research. What I have done, though, is the following.
This could be disturbing. Yeah. Wait, what? Angle it down.
Yeah, you can read my screen. Thanks. That is my new phone.
The Xperia Z1S?
Yes.
Nice.
Why didn't you just wait till April to get the Z2? A couple of reasons. One, I effing hate Verizon. Even with getting two new $600 phones, okay, that are going to be added to my plan, paid off X amount a month. Okay? For what I was getting at Verizon, with my 17% discount through work, okay, I was paying $240 a month for 2 lines unlimited talk text data. Okay? From T-Mobile, who just redid all their 4G, and dramatically increased their 4G. Not as big as AT&T or Verizon, but they're pretty big. I am going to be, my monthly is going to be under $290.
Very nice.
That's a $50 savings right there.
I like it.
Once the phones are paid off,
even more so.
And it's non-contract. So, and I can pay the phones off early if I want. But once the phones are paid off, that's going to drop to $145 a month.
God, that's nice.
Yeah. I mean, Verizon is cordially invited to suck my... I just... Yeah, no.
Nice Star in the chat wants to know, does it come with call over Wi-Fi?
Yes.
Very nice.
Call over Wi-Fi. The only real difference, the direct comparison between the Z1S and the Z2, it doesn't have as much. It has a lot of bloatware like the Samsung does, but you can get rid of it. It's really hard to get rid of it on the Samsung.
Yes, because they bake that in so deep.
Yeah, they do. There's a lot of there's a couple attachments differences, but the big difference between the Z1S and the Z2 is the Z1S has a Snapdragon 801 quad core. This has a Snapdragon 800. Ooh, slightly faster, not significantly.
Right. You're not much of a difference.
1 gig more of RAM. This has 2 gigs of RAM. The Z2 has 3. And it shoots 4K. Ooh. The Z2 shoots 4K video,
but not a
which
4K
is
screen.
spiffy, but not on a 1080p screen. Screen's the same freaking size. It's the screen is a hair bigger physically, but the resolution's the same.
Oh, well then there you go.
But it's still a 20 pixel screen or 20 megapixel camera.
That's very nice.
A waterproof to 3 feet. Not that I plan on going swimming with it, or waterproof to 5 feet.
Well, that's always good to know in case you, I don't know, drop it someplace.
Or if you drop it someplace, or no, we're not on post show. Or if you go out in the rain and whatnot, it's a very handy. If you spill coffee on it, you don't have to freak out.
Right.
And it's a good, powerful phone. And the battery life is a little longer on the Z2. Other than that, it's a really good phone, and I'm really happy with it.
Having any withdrawals from the Apple ecosystem?
I hate the fact that when you text me back, it goes straight to my iPad instead of my phone. Because the thing about being on iPhones is if you use the iMessage system, it allows you to where when you and I would text back and forth, it would show up on my iPad as well as my phone.
Same here, yeah.
And I have to find a way to disable that because I can text you, but when you come back to me, I don't see Jack until I just happen to look at my iPad, and I'm like, "What the fuck, Jason?" Beyond that, it's great. I figured out I had to jump through a couple of hoops to port my music over because remember I was originally going to keep my iPhone as an iPad or iPod. I'm not going to do that because of a variety of things I won't bore you guys with on the air. And I went and bought the 64 gig card to put in it. The sound is phenomenal. It plays fine.
Good.
I'm really happy with it, and it's bigger, which is good. That means I can actually type on it, and it has that drag type thing.
Oh, swipe.
It has swipe typing in
nice,
it, and it works really well.
Good, very good.
So I'm very happy with it. Michael's new phone has been decided.
Awesome. We don't need to do a segment for what Jason's going to get next because we all know it's going to be another iPhone. So,
are you going to go with another iPhone, or am I going to swing you back to the light side?
No, I'm going to stick where the cookies are at.
Video.
I'm going to stick where the cookies are at.
Stick where the cookies are at, huh? I'll swing it a little. Now that I'm there, I'm going to make it the dark side. After all, I am the Dark Lord. So,
okay, good point.
I will drag you back.
For me, I've been just playing a lot of White Schwartz lately. I've been having a blast with that, getting my ass handed to me. But everybody I've played against after playing a game will actually go back and say, you could have done this differently, and let me see your cards. No, you could have done this, and this could have beat me here. And I'm like, okay, you're giving me tips and helping me out. That's cool. Thank you.
Yeah, that's one thing I have to admit. I have to give credit to the Magic players. Sorry, I'm sorry. I have to answer.
No worries.
I have to give credit to the Magic players. They were, I played a couple guys who are friends anyway. From the comic shop who play. They were giving me tips. They were trouncing the hell out of me. I got my ass handed. There's this one card that first guy I played, Alex, threw out that it just, oh god, it was kicked my ass. But then again, I had a card that also kicked ass that I used against somebody else, and once that thing got on the field, it's like, oh, boom, it's got death touch. Boom, it's also got, you can't hex it. I'm going to kill this critter and damage you. Thank you. Stuff like that. But they helped. They were all really good people to play with. They weren't the stuck-up snobs that I've encountered elsewhere.
Nice, very nice. Yeah, I've been spending a lot of my time at Destination in Temple City, making the drive out there. Really cool place. Like I said in pre-show, Terry, the owner, knows his stuff. Everyone who I've played against is very nice. And it's slowly just sucking out the money out of my wallet eventually. Because like when I walk in, it's like, oh, by the way, here's a brand new deck that just came out today. Oh, okay, I'll add that to the list. Oh, damn.
Yeah. So you need to put money aside, dude.
I do have money set aside. I'm just like, all my spending money that I wish I could spend on something else is getting transferred.
Well, yeah, no. I mean, I have to admit, I saved up for this. I saved up for this guy right here.
And rightfully so.
And just badass. I want to stop motion this guy, except he doesn't balance very well on one foot. But I've got plans. I've got adventures for this guy. So if you don't follow my what the hell is that stupid thing called that you take pictures and send up? Not Reddit.
To Facebooks, to Twitters.
And it's not to Facebooks. Well, it can cross post to Facebooks. Instagram. If you follow my Instagram, I'm posting pictures of these little guys. Of this little guy. He's taking on the rabbit. Now what I'm thinking I'm going to do is I'm going to have him I'm going to see if I get the rabbits to not freak out when I put it in front of them. Get pictures of Ed versus the rabbit. Stuff like that. I've got ideas of what I want to have fun with it.
Nice.
But it's the fact that it's so posable and it looks so good it's a detailed piece. So yeah, definitely have fun with that.
It's very cool.
You'll see it when you come out.
I know I will. But yeah.
Oh, my Instagram, for those who are wondering, is Digital Panther.
Kind of
same as my other stuff. Actually, no, I'm sorry. My Instagram is DGTL Panther.
Oh. I'll have to put a link for that.
Yeah. Pop that in there.
As for me, like I said at the beginning, this came in the Hatsune Miku
Panther 209.
There you go. But yeah, this is the Magical Mirai concert that happened last August at the Yokohama Arena.
Yes.
And picked up the Blu-ray for it the moment it was available for pre-order. And that's been playing here in between streams of Frozen, because Frozen came out on iTunes. And of course I had that pre-ordered. And yes, I know the Blu-ray comes out in I want to say 2 weeks or less. But I don't care. I need my Frozen fix now. And it also helped me find that one of my coworkers is just a diehard fan of Frozen as I am. So, good times for me. That and catching up with the crap load of anime that I watch.
I need to do some catch up.
What?
I need to do some catch up there. Nikki's been doing a lot of comic book catch up. So
I have a lot of comics I'm sure I'm going to have to read when I get it.
She's been reading everything Rocket Raccoon lately, including the old ones.
Right.
So, but that's it.
You still need to watch Kill la Kill.
I'll watch it. But
all right. Fair enough. All right, everybody.
I mean, there were some very funny parts, but when it turned out to be little more than fan service, it got up. I mean, what was that? I was speaking with Ryder today, and we both decided that it's a cross between Gurren Lagann meets oh god, what's that other show?
Battle Royale or
no. It was Gurren Lagann meets Panty and Stocking.
Okay.
And not necessarily a good way. Okay. The only battle armor I've seen skimpier was in Daphne of the Blue. Where it was power armor by Tampax.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I can't disagree with that. I can't disagree with that in all good. Yeah. Yeah, because now they're on episode 20. And yeah, holy crap. So, all right, I'm going to just leave it at that. We're going to go into post-show. I want to thank all you guys for hanging out with us, as always.
Thank you very much.
Stay tuned for next week, next Sunday. Also, stay tuned.
Post-show will be mostly Jason, because right after credits go, I got a bolt.
Yeah, no worries. All right, everybody, thanks for hanging out. And From My Mother's Basement, I'm Jason.
And I am Michael.
We will see you guys next week. Take it easy, everybody.